So the experience has to be of the learner. Otherwise, it becomes a teaching aid. So the experiential learning, I've realized that we do get 9th and 10th also to teach as PGT Paro, because they tell you that the number of students in your class are less. So please take 9th and 10th also. So whenever I go to class 9, what I realize is that osmosis, when you teach them, the definition, that is the movement of water from its place of higher concentration to its place of lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane, it's perfectly fine, it gets into their head. But the moment you start talking about hypertonic solution and hypertonic solution, and you all agree, it becomes difficult for them. Because for them, solution, when you talk of concentrated solution, they think in terms of more water instead of more solute. So how do we explain this topic with experiential learning? Now what I do is that I instruct or I give them some material that they have to do at home. So they are asked to soak raisins or carrot in water. So in container A, it will be just plain water, and in container B, it will be salt water, a lot of salt in it. And I tell them to get these two containers to school. So next day when I go to the class, all of them have these two containers and they're bubbling with curiosity, because most of them, both the containers have the resins or carrot which are swollen. Now what they've read in theory says that if it was in salt solution, it should have shrunk. And so, they start sharing their experience. Ke tera dikha, tera बढ़ गया, अच्छा मेरा नहीं हुआ, why so, and all of that. So that is the next part, that is sharing. Now what happens is, my role comes in. I take a round. Now when I take a round, I realize that most of them haven't added enough salt, and therefore osmosis hasn't taken place. Not only that, there are many a times when the stock is removed by them, because that is one instruction I purposely left it out, because it will be a learning experience for them. So if you take out the stock, all of us know what happens. It will not be through a semi-permeable membrane. It will be more of a diffusion, water is going in. So all of this, as a facilitator, I go to each one of them and I tell them whether their experiment, why and why not, is it successful. Then they draw a generalization. The generalization is that when you put something that's living cell or a carrot or maybe any other object into the solutions, then the generalization is that in a hypertonic solution that's going to be exosmosis, and in the hypertonic solution it will be endosmosis. Now the next one I tell them to apply. So in application, they come out with really good ones. Ma'am, mummy na salad banati hai, bolti hai abhi nahi namak dalna, jab guest aayega tab dalna. Why? Because salt is hypertonic, it will boost. The salad will become not crunchy, but yeah, it just become so, soggy. So ये बोलते हैं, फिर vomiting, नमक खा लिया, उससे vomiting हो जाती है. Then मैम ज़्यादा कपड़े धोते हैं ना, तो उंगलियां वो shrink हो जाती है, मतलब not उंगलियां shrink हो जाती हैं,
the skin.
So all these they tell, so they are applying their knowledge to the real world. And for hypotonic solution, they always come up with this, that मैम बारिश होती है ना, तो लकड़ी के दरवाजे खुल जाते हैं. So they come up with this. So this is how they apply their knowledge to the real world. And the next one is the next experience. So you tell them, okay, the next experience based on this is, if you need to germinate a seed, would you soak it in plain water or salt water? Experience. So they do it. And then now they are so, they know it. And so next day when they wait for a few days, and obviously salt water, it's not going to germinate, and the other one, it's going to germinate. So it now, from abstract, the thinking has become concrete.